Hello everybody. Today we will study about the chapter motion of class 9 physics. The topic that we will discuss today: speedometer, odometer, scalar vector quantities as we discussed earlier as well, and then uniform motion and non-uniform motion. And in the graph, how can you represent it graphically, and conversion from kilometer per hour into meter per second. You should be able to do that. Okay, let's see. So do you know that when you are driving and the bike car is driven, then how we know the speed? What is the speed? So one speedometer is there, pointer is there, all of you have seen. That is called speedometer. Starting from 0 kilometer per hour, this tells the speed of the vehicle. Okay, and to 40, 60, like that, 80, 100, 120, 150. Okay, like that the speed limit is there, and we should drive it safely, so not go beyond the limit. So this is the pointer which tells the speed of the vehicle, is called speedometer, right? Similarly, what is odometer? Odometer tells the distance covered, how much distance we have covered. Okay, from here to n place 5 kilometer, okay, or 10 kilometer, whatever the distance covered, that meter is there which keeps on rotating it and changing. Like in the bike car, you will see the numbers which are changing. Okay, like for example, the earlier the odometer reading was 05736, and now after moving some distance, now the new reading what it is showing as 05740. What does it mean? How much distance it has covered? How will you know? So we will subtract it from the current reading to the earlier reading. It's very easy. So like that, some questions which you will find in the book. Okay, and also you can solve very easily. So the distance covered you can easily find by subtracting the difference of this, by subtracting it, right? So this is the device, odometer, by which we can know the distance covered by any vehicle. Now scalar and vector quantities. What is scalar quantity? Those quantities which have only magnitude, okay, are called scalar quantities, like time, distance, speed, okay, mass. These are scalar, they don't have any direction. So magnitude you are aware, which have numerical value and the unit, as we discussed earlier as well. And the vector quantities which have both magnitude as well as direction. Okay, so for example, velocity, displacement, acceleration, force, we are applying some force in this direction, like that. Okay, now here in this scalar and vector quantity, what are the dimension? You know, dimension, that is m, l, t. For example, m we are taking for the mass of any object, like in kg we are measuring, okay, and l for the length, how much distance is that, and t for the time. So can you tell me what will be the dimension for force? All of you are aware of the formula for the force. What is that? Mass into acceleration. So for mass, and what is acceleration? Is the rate of change of velocity. So v by t is the acceleration, and for the velocity, what will be that? And velocity, you are aware that it is distance upon time. So the dimension for the velocity will be distance, that is L, upon time is t. L, t to the power minus 1. When we come to the numerator, you can put minus sign. Similarly, acceleration will be equal to Lt minus 1 upon t, which will become Lt to the power minus 2. So now we will put here in the formula of the force, it will become for mass m, and Lt to the power minus 2 for acceleration. So like that you can find the dimension of the Gaussian formula for any quantity, physical quantity that we discussed as scalar or vector quantity. Other than that, like here, speed is equal to distance by time. The basic formula you are aware of it. What is the formula? Speed is equal to distance upon time. If speed is given in kilometer per hour, how can you convert? it into meter per second. That is simple mathematics. You are aware of it as you have studied in mathematics as well. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter and 1 hour is equal to 60 minute. You will convert into 60 into 62. This will become second. So like that, then what you get, that 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So whenever you have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, you will multiply by this factor 5 by 18. For example, 18 kilometer per hour will be equal to how much meter per second? So what we will do, we will just multiply by 5 by 18. So you will get 5 by 18 multiplied by 18, that will be equal to 5 meter per second. Like that you can easily convert from kilometer per hour into meter per second, or vice versa. You can multiply by the reciprocal of this, that is 18 by 5. Okay. Now let us see acceleration before we move for any other topic. So for acceleration, what is acceleration? It is the rate of change of velocity. Means velocity is changing at what rate we are saying, we are calculating by the term acceleration. For example, any vehicle is moving from one place to another place. Like here, the car is there. Okay, at this point it is moving and it has covered some distance and moved to another place, then again going to some other point, for example. Okay, so at this point, from here it has moved to here, then here, from the starting point. So for example, here it was at rest, not moving. So initial velocity, this is called initial velocity, that is denoted by small u. Always you will use small u for initial velocity. And this is final velocity. Here it was moving, for example, as 20 meter per second, and here it is moving at 40 meter per second, and this is speed. And here this will be the initial velocity u, and this is the final velocity v. The next one, final velocity, is called, the latter one we will use as the final velocity. Okay. Now it is moving. So can you tell me how much will be the acceleration if it is taking some time from this point to A point to B point? How much time it is taking? For example, it is taking 5 seconds. Okay. So we will calculate acceleration as final velocity minus initial velocity whole upon time. This formula we will use. So acceleration will become how much? Final velocity, that is v for the final velocity, minus u initial velocity, and how much is the time taken here? 5 seconds. So we will put the variable first of all t. Now we will put the values in this formula. So this will become 40 meter per second minus 20 meter per second upon divided by 5 seconds. This will be equal to 20 upon 5 meter per second square, that is equal to 4 meter per second square will be the acceleration. So like that you can easily calculate the acceleration. Here you can see that the velocity is increasing or decreasing. It is increasing. From 20 to 40, it can be 60 meter per second. Okay. Again you can calculate the acceleration. Or it is, for example, 80 meter per second. How much will be the acceleration in the second case? This is case 1. Case 1, when we have considered these 2 points from A point to B point. Now if it is asked to calculate the acceleration from point B to A, what we will see? From B to C point. Now this will be case 2 now. Okay. Now here this will become initial velocity u, and 80 will become final velocity. So whatever question is asked, you have to consider that case only. Later one will be considered as final, and first one, former, will be taken as initial velocity. So here in this case, so earlier was case 1, now this is case 2. Here the initial velocity is what? 40 meter per second. Final velocity is 80 meter per second. Is it clear to you? Okay. and if it is taking some time, for example it is taking 10 seconds to complete from B point to C point, then how much will be the acceleration? How will you calculate? Again we will use the same formula. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, means final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the total time taken from that point. Okay, so we are putting that. So A will become equal to how much? Final velocity is 80 meter per second minus 40 meter per second divided by time, that is 10 seconds it is taking here in this case. Okay, so this will become 40 by 10 meter per second square, which is equal to 4 meter per second square. Here A2 you can write, first one was A1. So like that you can calculate acceleration for any case. Here you can see that the acceleration is increasing. It could be that acceleration is decreasing also sometimes. For example, after that it is the vehicle was accelerating, increasing the speed. After some time it has to stop somewhere, so it will decrease the speed. You will apply brake, and so the vehicle is deaccelerating. Now it will come to what speed? For example, here the same vehicle we are considering as change in the velocity. Let's see. So here if the velocity is changing from 80 meter per second to 60 meter per second, okay, this vehicle is